Good morning. I'm Crystal with Whole New Perspective. Welcome to my channel. Guys, today I have an action-packed day and it is time for me to get going. Now, I haven't actually recorded a video in some time and I wanted to go ahead and bring you along with me today. I really haven't been in a video, I really haven't been jarring things up that much this month, and we are at the very end of the month of October, and I'm not sure when you'll see this video, but it is the very end of October, and I am finally getting to a point to I'm able to jar up some pears. Now, I had about 20 pounds of pears, and my intentions were to jar them up. I enjoy pears, and so I've actually been eating them. And so before I eat the rest of these, I'm gonna go ahead and get these jarred up, and I still saved some behind so that I could eat those. Now, it's been a very busy morning. I'll probably share some of the things that I've been doing. I know that I'm gonna share my very first experience with quail eggs. I cooked breakfast already this morning. I tasted those eggs and I really like those. Now, one of the things I said that I was going to do was do some research on getting some quail eggs, or some quails. Do some research on getting quails. So now I'm just gonna go ahead. This is 10 pears, pretty decent size. I've washed them pretty good, scrubbed them, and I'm gonna go ahead and save the pear skins. I wanna make some pear vinegar, so I'm gonna save them. Otherwise, I may do them a little differently. I may keep them on, but I'm gonna save this and make some pear scrap vinegar with it. And I may bring you along when I do that. I still have about 40 pounds of apples that I need to process. I'm not in a gigantic rush to do that, so I probably won't do that today. One of the other things that I've done is I had found a deal on ground turkey. And so I went ahead and made some taco meat with that. We're not big taco eaters, but we do like the taco meat. I like taco salads. And so that's what I'm gonna do with that, is just make some taco salad. Some of my stores it was Ingles, they had ground turkey on a buy one, get one free again. So I purchased 4 and brought them home. The first 2, I made taco meat with them, and we actually liked that. And so I decided to go ahead and make more taco meat for the freezer. So that's what this is. I'm just cooking it down. I have 2 pounds of ground turkey, some taco seasoning. Guys, I make my own taco seasoning. I have a video that shows that in my homemade mixes. So I'll add that playlist to the end. And then this is just some water. I'm gonna let this cook down. Once it cooks down, then all I'll do is just go ahead and let it cool off, portion it out, and freeze it. And this will come in handy for those days that I just don't feel like cooking. So all I'm gonna do with these pears is just peel them. I have some water right here with vinegar, so I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the vinegar so that they won't brown so quickly, because I find that they tend to brown pretty quickly. This will help that. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get this done. I do need to harvest all of my peppers. I have jalapeno peppers out that I really need to get harvested, as well as all of my ginger. I got to get that done because we're going to be having a frost we'll be having a frost in a few days. And so although today is going to be roughly 84, we may break a record if it does reach 84. In 2 more days, we're going to be in a situation where it'll be 35, 32. Whoops. Got to be careful when you have these knives. So I'm going to put these in there. And I'm going to put them in there just like that for right now. And then I'm going to dice them. I think that's what I'm going to do, is dice them. I really enjoy diced pears. The last time I actually canned pears was 2012. It's some of the very first things that I canned. Had a friend that had a pear tree. She no longer lives there, but they didn't like pears. And so her family always picked them and they gave them to me. So that was really, really good. Now it's the very last time I actually canned pears, because as I said, I do like pears, so I usually end up eating them all. And I wanted to go ahead and get these processed before they start to go bad, although I still have some other pears that I'll be using to eat as fresh pears, as well as the apples. I have Honeycrisp apples, and so those will be good to eat as well. So I'm going to go ahead and continue this, and then I'll bring you back along. What I'm going to do is make a very, very light syrup, be a very light syrup. Then I'm going to use my steamer. To can them, so I'm excited to do that. I have really been enjoying using it. It's so much quicker, you know, than heating up my big pot for water bath canning. So I'm looking forward to putting these up and putting them on the shelf. As I said, it's been over 10 years since I've canned some pears, so this is exciting. These smell so good, so I'm excited to have these to put up. So I'll bring you back along with me throughout this process, and probably with some of the other things that I'll be doing as the day goes on today. I'll try to remember to grab my camera and share with you what I'm doing today. So I'm using a light, or really it's an extra light simple syrup. And what I have is 5 1/4 cups of water and 1 1/2 cups of sugar. Now guys, I use organic cane sugar and it does look brown. And so you're gonna see my, when I put this in my pears, that it'll look brown as well. But that's just the color of my syrup. Okay guys, I have my light simple syrup ready. Actually, I did an extra light. And you can find, if you don't know how to make a simple syrup, they're in the ball canning books. Very simple, you can just Google it. But again, I actually made the extra light because the pears are already sweet, and so that's what I did. Now, also in the ball canning book of preserving, this particular one, you can find how to can the pears as I am doing. I will say that I am raw packing versus putting it into the syrup. That's the only difference. And then I'm gonna just go ahead and get started. I need to fill them 1/2 inch space. So I need 1/2 inch of head space. And then I'm gonna debubble them, and then I'll put them into my, I'm just gonna do this. I'm not gonna use my funnel. Sometimes when you use the funnel, it's you get that splash, but sometimes when you use the funnel, it's a little extra work. Hopefully I'll have enough syrup. If I don't, I'll just make a little more. Nope, I think I have enough. But then after I debubble, I'm gonna need to add more. I do know that. You can see the bubbles. And as I told you, my syrup is a little brown, but that's because I use organic cane sugar, and my cane sugar is brown. So I have definitely enough left. So really all I'm going to do is debubble. You need it to be, again, at 1/2 inch head space. What's gonna happen when you raw pack, it comes up, it rises up a little, but that's okay. I have enough pears in each of the jars. So I'm just gonna go ahead and debubble them, continue debubbling them all. Then I'll go ahead and put more of the simple syrup in here to make sure that it's at the 1/2 inch of head space. I'll use this, but actually you can use this, but at the neck is 1 inch, and right in the middle of that is 1/2 inch. And so since I know that, I usually don't use this tool, but this is a tool that will help you with that. So I think I have these 2 left to go. And then after I finish adding all of my simple syrup, like this one is all the way down, so it needs quite a bit more simple syrup. Then all I'm going to do is, this is just regular white vinegar. I'm going to take this white vinegar and I'll wipe off my rims. Then I'm just going to go ahead and take this vinegar, wipe the rims. You want to make sure that there isn't any of that sticky residue on the rims. So that's what I'm going to do. Show you that. Then I'll continue with this. So then I'm just going to go ahead and put them in my steam canner. Set this here. Put one in the center on up. Since I have a little extra space, I'll just bring them in. Then I'm going to go ahead and put this back. I'm going to turn it up. And once it gets up to pressure, I'm going to once it gets into the green area that I need for my area to begin processing, I'm just going to process it for 20 minutes because I have pints. And if you had quarts, you would process it for 25 minutes. So as I watch this, continue to watch this, I'm going to go ahead and these are my pear scraps. I'm going to go ahead and get this ready for pear scrap vinegar. So guys, my processing time has completed. It processed for 20 minutes, and after the 20 minutes, I went ahead and let the lid stay on it. I turned off the eye and let the lid stay on for an additional 5 minutes. So make sure that you are following your canner's instructions. Whatever it says, make sure you're following it. And so now I can go ahead and take this lid off and I can move them, take them out. So when you're taking lids off of hot lids where you're gonna have some steam, make sure that you open it away from you. You don't want all that steam in your face. So that's what I'm going to do. Just gonna sit that there. They look very pretty. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move them. And that's really it, guys. So what I'll do is go ahead and move them all back, and I will let them sit there overnight. Tomorrow, I'll just ensure that they have all sealed. It looks like some have sealed already, but we'll just make sure that they've all sealed. So what I'll do is remove the screw tops, just the screw part of it, and then I'll just put them down into some hot soapy water, wash them up. I still take them out and let them sit and dry, and after that I'll just label them and I'll put them away. So I'm excited to have these pears. They are very pretty, and I tell you what, they are gorgeous. Very tasty as well. I'm going to continue to put them away. So guys, I want to thank you so much for coming along with me as I showed you how I can these pears. I haven't canned any pears since 2012, so I'm really excited to have some on my shelf so that this winter when I'm really wanting some pears, I can have some. And I used a very extra light syrup because the pears were already sweet. So I'm excited about this. Thank you guys again. Please leave me some comments below. Let me know what you're jarring up. This again is part of my hashtag Jarred Up 2023 challenge, where I am challenging myself this entire year to go ahead and put things up